This whole discussion has been about accountability today, back and forth, one side or the other. And I don't think we should be afraid of accountability. I don't think we should be afraid of things working better than they do. I think we should engage one another to find the best possible solutions, but the throwing stuff back and forth is not entertaining. The Unemployment Insurance Fund is a critical piece of infrastructure that the state administers on behalf of our employers. This is employers' money. This is also employees' money, because you have to make enough money as the employer to actually fund the Unemployment Insurance Fund. The availability, the efficiency, and integrity of the system is paramount. During the pandemic, I'm going to relate this to a situation we could have in our bank. We would sit either in management or the board and say, we lost a ton of money on this particular loan. So we do what we'd call a spilled milk review. The spilled milk review says, look, everything fell on the floor. It's a mess. We need to understand, how did we get here? And only when we understand how we got here can we actually craft a means to get out of the situation we found ourselves in. Representative Kotzma from the 26th.
Please refrain from names on the floor. Use numbers, please.
I'm still a rookie. Representative Kotzma was also president. Please accept my apology.
Representative from the 26th.
Yes, thank you. This is entertaining. He also is a bank president in his background. We both can go back to about the 2000, it could have started in 8, 9, 10. It certainly started with the Dodd-Frank bill, which was legislation put forth by 2 Democrats in D.C. And we had to come up with a crisis management system where we had to go out and measure literally every facet of everything that happened in the bank in the event there was a pandemic. We would bring on outside auditors to find out what our weaknesses were. From that, we had to craft plans that we had to present to, here in Wisconsin, the Department of Financial Institutions, or the FDIC, or the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, if you're a national bank. And out of that, if we didn't measure up, we would be written up. Why don't we demand the same of our own organizations that work for the state? Why don't we have agencies come up with the same pandemic plans? Because if that, in fact, had been done at DWD, they would have been better prepared when an unknown, unexpected, unplanned emergency showed up. But they weren't. And this goes back, I'm still looking at this world private sector. Why do you demand things of the private sector that you then turn around and you don't do it as agencies within the government? It is incumbent upon the legislature to exercise oversight. We are the elected officials. I am thrilled to hear that DWD has begun to implement some of the changes that have been discussed here today. But the responsibility that it actually gets done sits in this House and in the Senate and in the governor's office. The public did not elect anyone working over at DWD. The public elected this group of people to exercise adulthood and maturity in dealing with the issues that face us. We talk about, gosh, it's a problem. You would have to maybe bring some employees from one department to another in the time of a crisis. What in the world do you think the private sector does when they have multiple departments, they have a crisis in one of them, they provide cross-training before the issue ever arises? Why would we not be doing the same? This isn't asking for something extraordinary. This is asking for something that makes sense. AB 152. I'd ask you to vote green with me today. Thank you.